All right, guys. Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hello.
Anxious.
I am doing good. Anxious. How did you feel with the exam?
Stress.
The listening is was different because the 2 times is about 1 conversation, 2 conversations.
Yes,
Really
so
long.
not complete, but
No,
first
yeah.
conversation 2 times, second 2 times, like this. And
Yeah, it's very long.
yes, it was quite long. All right, guys, so let's start immediately. Today, I will check the attendance quickly and remember the rules. For you to open your cameras, turn on your cameras when I go to your breakout rooms while you are doing the speaking test, okay? Also, I want to tell you before we start that I am finishing grading your activities here in this folder. So I will let you know maybe tonight or tomorrow who has some activities still pending, okay? Or who hasn't done some activities. In this activity, in the unit 11, the essays, you can check. It's important for you to check because I did a lot of corrections. Entonces, es importante que revisemos las correcciones, especialmente el ensayo que hicieron, ¿no? De la unidad 11. ¿Ok? Ahí lo pueden revisar. Y las demás actividades. Entonces, si hay alguien que todavía no ha completado alguna actividad, todavía lo pueden hacer, ¿ok? Hasta mañana al mediodía. All right.
Teacher, yesterday I slept late.
Okay, but you did it. Ya no te tienes que preocupar hoy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Teacher, sorry. Can you please share the link again here?
For the activities?
Yes,
Okay.
please. I was checking in the WhatsApp group,
Okay.
but I couldn't find.
I couldn't find. Les doy más tiempo porque al otro grupo les di más tiempo también, entonces, para ser justas, okay?
Equality, yes.
Okay, so let's check the list. Oh, wait. Have a problem here. Let's start. Karen Acevedo.
Present, teacher.
All right. Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
Okay. Chiara Martinez. Chiara is not here yet. Jorge Moreno.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay. Diego Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Manuela Ortiz. Manuela. Not yet. Sebastián Pavón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Beatriz Pedraza.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Xiomara Rincón. Xiomara. Not yet. Jessica Ríos.
Present, teacher.
Catherine Rodríguez.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Marlon Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mendy Santa.
Present, teacher.
All right. Manuel Sepúlveda.
Hello, teacher. Present.
Okay. María Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
All right. And Vanessa Zambrano.
Present, teacher.
Okay, very good. All right. Who connected? Kiara is here now.
Yes, teacher, present.
Okay. And Manuela is also here. Okay.
Manuela landing the connection, teacher.
Okay. All right, guys. So I will start creating the groups. If you have questions about the speaking, let me know, okay?
Teacher, but into the groups or questions
Now,
here?
right now, if you have any questions before we start, you can tell me, okay?
Okay.
One moment. Listening, okay? I will just turn off my camera a moment and the microphone so I can create the groups. Jessica, please change your name to in the Zoom meeting, okay? All right. So guys, no questions before we start? No?
No, teacher.
All right. I will send you to the group. So I will start immediately with Beatriz and Diego. Maybe in a minute, I'll give you just 1 minute to get ready. I'll go to your breakout rooms and please you start your cameras and we will begin, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, teacher.
What was it?
Yes, tell
Hello,
me.
teacher.
Hello.
Teacher, can you please leave share our screen?
Yes, you can do it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yes,
Mhm.
teacher. Thank
All
you.
right.
Genial.
So
Hi, teacher.
Hey.
All right. Hello, guys.
Hello,
I
teacher.
hope you are ready.
So.
You
Okay,
asked to be first. You are the first.
Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher.
It's all.
Alright. So you will have,
But
yes?
okay. We need present that.
Okay.
Okay, teacher. In the previous episode of Amores Bandidos, Laura Jimena found herself immersed in the sea of intense emotions. It was a shocking discovery that confronted her. The letter revealed that her husband Christian was having a secret affair with Alicia de los Rosales, which used to be her best friend, had tried invited her being, filling her with a rage and desperation. Over the course of weeks, Laura dissolved into a world of dark thoughts, meticulously planning her next move. She decided to take drastic measures to make Alicia feel the pain she herself was experiencing. And so she carried out the kidnapping of Daniel, Alicia's son, with the intention of imparting an unforgettable lesson. However, in the midst of her outburst of anger, she made a crucial mistake. She forgot a photo of her husband in her lover's apartment. That image, which held so many secrets, was hidden inside her last letter.
Meanwhile, Alicia was consumed by a whirlwind of conflicting emotions ever since she discovered with the help of the detective, who had taken her son and one the motives behind such a heinous act were. Her mind could not focus on anything other than the longed for reunion with her little one. Every thought, every action was involved with the determination to bring her son back safely. A sense of vengeance burned deep within her being. Alicia surrounded herself with her loyal friends. Together they plot meticulous plans to infiltrate the dark hacienda where her nemesis Laura was hunting. Their goal was to torture her to the brink and put an end to her life once and for all. Alicia and her companions, in their quest for justice, obtained a result from an underground store and retired to a sackcloth forest to perform their arm. They couldn't afford to fail in their missions, as the suffering that Laura had inflicted upon Alicia, not only through the kidnapping of her son, but also because of the love she felt for Christian, was something she could no longer tolerate. Alicia was determined to make Laura disappear from the world, ensuring that she would keep her two great loves by her side for the rest of her life.
Will Alicia be able to return with her husband? Will Laura make it out of this situation alive? Where the hell is Christian? Find out in our next episode.
All right, guys, very good. It's interesting, like mysterious for a murder in your novel, in your soap opera. All right, guys, good. Now I will go with the questions, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Maybe we'll have 2 questions each. So in this case, I will ask you to give complete answers. You can expand on your answers, not only say, yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it. Okay, so because I will ask you fewer questions, so not like 4 or 5, but 2, so you can expand a little bit on your answers. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
The question, so the first question is for Diego. Diego, what do you hope to achieve in the future?
What is the meaning of achieve, teacher?
Alcanzar. What do you hope to achieve in the
Okay.
future?
I hope to go to abroad and maybe finding a new job, like the paid is very high, and I would like meet new people and um, travel for around this country, around the Colombia.
Okay.
Maybe that, teacher.
Good. Another question. Let's see. What movie can you watch over and over again without getting tired, and why?
Definitely Shrek 1 and
Okay.
2. I love these movies. I love Shrek and Donkey and Fiona. I used to watch this movie when I was 10 or 10 and 12 years old. I used to see all the time this movie, the 1 and 2. I hate the 3 and 4. Um, my brother and I used to watch this movie with my mother and my father. Maybe I can remember. Just that, teacher.
Okay, for your memories and nostalgia, maybe you like it, and also
Yes,
because
and
it's funny.
it's a good movie.
Yes,
The bot.
also. Yeah, the first two are good. All right. Okay, Diego, now the questions are for Beatriz, okay? So the question is, which place on the earth, would you never want to live? I will repeat. Which place on earth would you never want to live, and why?
I never live in Antarctica because it's very cool and don't don't go out and enjoy different place. Maybe always I stay at home, sorry.
At home, it's correct.
At home for the client. And maybe visit this place only 1 or 2 days, no more, for the internet. How do you say also polar?
Yeah, the polar bear.
Polar bear and penguinos. I don't remember the penguinos.
Penguins.
Penguins, okay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, and the second question, Beatriz, is, tell me, what is something that you always intended to do, but never had time or the money to do?
Repeat, teacher, sorry.
Okay, what is something that you intended to do, so that you wanted to do, but you never had maybe the time or the money to do it?
Okay, teacher, is I just don't believe that. But this week, I intend to continue English. But this week I had a problem person in my job, in my life, for time. I try to continue the coworkers motivate for the continue. This week I had a problem with not continue the English because my main plays bad play and put balance for the free time because in my life in this moment I don't free time, but my job starts at 8 to 5 or 6 p.m. only half minutes in lunch for that teacher.
Yeah,
it's
I can.
similar for
I
this
understand.
real life.
Yes, I understand. Okay. One second. Okay, I was just writing. Okay, so well, I don't have any more time, guys. The time is up. Today we don't have like so much time to talk to you, but maybe some things to work on the pronunciation. Maybe words like safely or surrounded, secluded. These are new words that you are using, so we need to practice the pronunciation. For example, unforgettable, desperation, like is not desesperation as in Spanish, but desperation. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but it's good that you use like more complex words. Okay, so good job on that. Thank you, guys. I will continue with the next group. All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher.
Bye,
See
teacher.
you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Oh, guys. Hello, hello.
Hi, teacher.
All right. So please turn on your cameras and we will start. Okay.
Okay, let's start.
Mhm.
Tonight's chapter of the Love Prize is full of surprises. It is possible that more than one marriage will be dissolved. Laura, Fritz's girlfriend, unexpectedly discovers that she's pregnant by the news, and she struggles to come to terms with the implications of the unexpected pregnancy. Laura considers her options and the consequences of becoming parent at such a young age. She decides to talk about it with Samantha, Chris and Mark's mother, seeking advices and support in this challenging situation. Samantha is happy because she thinks she will have her next grandchild, but Laura can stand to hide the secret that the son she is expecting belongs to Richard, her father-in-law. Laura, Laura plans to confess it to Chris before Samantha, but she is afraid to the possible risks to her and her baby if the family deny take care her baby. Meanwhile, Alice, Mark's wife, starts suspecting that Richard is having an affair. She notices a subtle change in Richard's behavior and suspects that he may be hiding something from Samantha.
Alice sometimes Richard at his job and offers his silence in exchange for a large chunk of the family business. We know that cheating is very wrong, but Alice is even worse. Admits the only cause Mark, driven by greed, has been missing money from Beckham Love, him, Laura carrying his large sheet. This is ran away. Neither of them knows.
So sorry, Sebastian. I cannot understand very well. Do you have maybe earphones? I think it's your microphone when you move, like it cuts your voice. So let's see if you can, yeah, come closer and you can just start the sentence again. The last sentence. No, not all of that. Just the last part that you were saying. Okay.
Neither of them.
Yes, I can hear.
Neither of them knows about the complex ties between Laura, Richard, and their ending parenthood as tensions rise and secrets unravel. Laura's fate remains uncertain. Will she find support and acceptance within this fractured family, or will she face the consequences of her action alone? The upcoming chapter holds the answers, promising further twists and turns in the fate of relationships. Stay tuned for the next installment where the love prize take us deeper into a world of trial, love, and unforced consequences.
Okay, finished? All right, guys, thank you. Good. Now I will ask you some questions, okay? So I will maybe ask two questions to each of you. So make sure that you give complete answers. I am not going to ask many questions, okay? So it's important that you give me complete ideas and not only yes or no, right? So you can give complete ideas. Okay, let's start with Sebastian. So the first question for you, Sebastian, is what is something that you always wanted to do in your life, but you never had the time or the money to do?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, what is something that you always wanted to do in life, but you never had the time or the money to do?
Okay, the things that I always have been, and maybe play the piano, and always learn play the piano, but I haven't any time because we, after the school, I went to university, and after the pandemic, maybe in pandemic, I try to learn any instrument, for example, the guitar. The guitar hobby. And I start to learn guitar, but I always learn piano.
Want to learn piano. Okay. Okay. Another question for you is what food have you never eaten, but would you like to try? So what food you have never eaten, but you would really like to try to eat?
Okay, maybe the Chinese food, for example, the sushi, and I have some curiosity for, but I never have the opportunity for try it, and but I have this
And why this food in particular?
sushi.
Why? Why sushi or Chinese food?
Because all people say that it's a popular food in China, not only in China, in some countries or the world is recognized for.
Okay. Okay, sushi is more Japanese or Korean, not so much Chinese. Okay, so sushi is for Japan or Korea. All right, thank you, Sebastian. Now I will ask some questions to Karen. Okay, Karen. So the first question is, when was the last time that you regretted something you said? I will repeat. When was the last time that you regretted something you said? Regret is arrepentirse. when was the last time you regretted something that you said?
I said.
Yeah, dije, yeah, something I said.
Okay. And the last time something I said. And let me a minute, please. And teacher, could you give me another question? Because
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, another question is, what kind of people do you avoid meeting or being friends with?
Okay, I avoid people that only talk about her, their tragedies and only bad things. Like they only talk about um that they don't have money always. They are uh, they are only or these kind of things that are negative because it's very annoying.
Okay, and one more question, Karen. So, what place on the planet would you never leave? Vivir. In what place you would never live?
What place? In India.
Okay, why?
India is a big country with with the most population in the world, and there are many diseases, um, and there aren't uh, hygienic. So
Okay.
when you travel and many some pages say you can get many diseases like the diseases of the traveler.
Okay.
I don't know how to say fever. Yeah.
Okay, fever.
Fever that typhoid and many
Okay.
diseases, and is an in my opinion this is an ugly place to live.
Okay, okay, I understand. All right. Thank you, guys. That is all for today. So I'll see you next week, okay? Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye,
Thanks.
teacher.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. Hello.
Sure.
Hello, hello. All right.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Okay, whenever you are ready. Okay.
We start with the history.
Yes.
So will in Laura's room looking for evidence that her husband is having an affair with her niece. Laura arrives Alice immediately, hides in the closet, and without intending it, she knows the truth. I am pregnant, sighed Laura. To her best friend, asks if the baby is Chris. Is She says that yes, but she decided to say to Mark that she is pregnant for him. So that finally leads his wife and fulfills his promise of going with her. She here with her friend shocked tells her that she had an affair with Chris and is pregnant by him. And Chris denied being the father of the baby. And he threatened her to publish some videos of her if she tells the truth to everyone.
On the other hand, in the Jordan family, imagining running stories is the norm. Chris thinks that his friend plans to kill Laura, but in reality, really, but actually, Mark plans to tell Laura that she has always been the love of his life.
Okay,
Teacher.
finish?
Yes.
Okay, but you have to tell me, right? So, okay, this is the end. Dun, dun, dun. Or you can say maybe I'll find out what happens in the next chapter because it's a soap opera. Like you can say, watch the next episode to see what happens or whatever, okay? So like give an ending. Okay, now I will ask you some questions, guys. Okay. Let's start with Marlon. I started last time with Kiara or Marlon? I forget.
Me too.
I think I started with Kiara, so I'll start today with Marlon. Okay, the first question for you, well, before I ask, I will ask you two questions, okay? So try to give complete answers, explain your ideas. This is what I want to hear from you, like your fluency, right? To expand the ideas. So the first question, Marlon, is what kind of people do you avoid meeting?
I
Okay,
avoid meeting. I avoid meeting with people that criticize all time, and sometimes have some ego or egocentrism, and people that talk everything about him, and his conversations are about superficial things or themes that don't don't grow of thinking of the person. Maybe people that say that, for example, I have a last phone or last smartwatch.
Okay. Materialistic.
Yes, materialistic. Yes.
Okay, I understand. Okay, Marlon. Next question is, tell me, which famous person's life would you like take over? Like, would you like to live if you could? So, which famous person or celebrity's life would you like to experience?
Let's be honest. Okay. I think I would like Chris Martin, of Coldplay, because I think that he is a person that very emotional and very emphatic, and it's a great singing. And I would like be as him because I would like travel around world and play songs famous of the Coldplay and I think that this experience in a stand will be incredible.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Good. Okay. Now it's for Kiara, the questions. The first question is, what movie can you watch over and over again, so many times, and not get tired of this movie, and why?
I don't remember the name in English.
Okay, you can say in Spanish.
Okay. Son como niños, part 1 and 2, because I like the comedian movies. I think that I don't bore about this is movies because have a kind of comedian that I like critiques about traditional family and
Okay, another question is, tell me, okay, it's a long question. So when you were a child, what did you think it would be cool of being an adult, but it isn't now that you are an adult? Okay, I repeat. Okay, yes. So what is something that as a child you thought that it would be cool to be an adult, but now it isn't? It isn't as cool or as fun as you thought. I will write on the chat in case you need to see.
Okay. When I was a child, I thought it was cool work and have our money, but now I know that I should work every day and can't sleep for late or no matter.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. That is all the time we have for today. So I will continue with the next groups. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, guys. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you ready?
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Hello.
I don't know. I don't know if we're ready.
We're not ready, unfortunately, yet.
Why not? Is Xiomara not going to present the speaking? Do you know about
I
her?
guess so. Well, she write us through the WhatsApp group, but she doesn't give a reason.
Yes, she said that she
didn't give
won't
it.
be able to do it, but
Okay,
that's it.
okay. No problem.
Okay. Manuel, what do you want to do? Continue or go ahead? You can.
Shall I start?
Yes, she's not going to be here, so you guys can present it.
Okay. Okay, at the beginning of the chapter, Laura gives at his sister, no, Laura arrives at his sister Alice's place and tells her that their friend from work, Chris, has just been shot, but his life is out of threat. Alice doesn't understand why Laura gets so hysterical about it. When Laura could calm her down, Alice could calm down. Alice asked her about who had done it, but she doesn't know anything about it.
Meanwhile, Mark has just arrived to Richard's house, his father. Immediately, Richard doesn't let Mark get inside and tell him that his friend Chris has got shot at and is on the hospital. So they must go there right now. During the journey, Mark pretends not knowing anything about what was happening, but inside his head, he knows it perfectly. Richard explains that Chris was getting out his job and when in a bus station a stranger man shot behind him and hurt Chris on his shoulder, but it wasn't seriously, and fortunately, Chris is alive yet, Richard said.
Richard left Chris at the hospital and then left. At the same time, Samantha, Laura's and Alice's mother, is taking a shower and getting dressed. She's expecting to see someone. She doesn't seem to know anything about what's happening. She leaves her apartment and takes a taxi. Then she goes to a place that looks really nice. It looks more like a hotel or something like that.
When everyone arrived at the hospital and go to the hospital room, Chris, well, everyone see each other, especially Chris to Mark. Nobody knows what was happening because there was a tension between both. In that moment, Laura takes out to Mark of the room and asking what was happening between them. Why instead he give a hug and give thanks to God because they is still alive. He just give him a threatened look.
Richard, who is Mark's father, went to a mystery place. On that place, we knew that he had kept an affair for a few months with Laura and Alice's mother. Nobody knew it, but I think that would be solved in the next chapter.
Okay. Okay, that's the end. All right. Good. So you can say, tune in to our next episode to find out what happens in the mystery. All right. Thank you, guys. Good. Now I will ask you some questions. So the questions will be short from my part, only 2 questions, but I want you to expand a little bit on your ideas, to explain, okay? And not give such short answers. So the first question is for, I think, Santiago, because I started last time with Manuel. So now we will start with Santiago. The first question is, have you ever hurt yourself or risk hurting yourself when playing sports?
Yes, definitely. No intentionally, obviously, because well, from my 12 years old till 15 years old, I used to practice parkour. So I was very interested in that sport. I was in an academy of parkour, and every day I try to practice and improve my movements. And one specific time, I was preparing myself to competence, and well, I was trying to do a new mix of movements. And anyways, the final movement, it was a backflip after all the three moves, and I was being training during I think 3 hours, and I wanna try it again. And at the last time I tried, I couldn't do it good, so I broke my left leg in 3 parts.
Terrible.
I had to use I don't know how to say yeso during 9 months. That was terrible for me, honestly.
This is a cast, okay? Como de las películas, cast is also yeso. All right. Very bad. Okay. Next question, Santiago, is when was the last time that you decided to do something unexpected or crazy?
Like at the last moment?
Yeah, or the last occasion, the last time that you remember you did something crazy or unexpected.
Something crazy.
Yes.
Well, what could I? Well, honestly, I am not someone who tries to do something or whatever thing or whatever make whatever decision without before have thinking about it. I consider myself someone who ever tries to think suspiciously and very serious about how that decision or this movement or this trip or whatever thing will affect me in the future or immediately. So I don't used to do unexpected things.
I understand. Okay, thank you. Now, Manuel. Now, your question is, what is something that you really enjoy doing that other people don't or might not enjoy?
Well, I usually enjoy being alone. That's something that maybe it could be a little stressful or bad for many people. But I really enjoy it because I can just dive in my thinkings and maybe talk to myself about situations and things or that I can improve, or maybe something I want to do, or maybe review the past. So yes, that is something that I really like to do, and maybe some people don't.
Okay, I understand. Okay, now the next question for you is this one. I will write on the chat because it can be a little confusing. So, what is something that as a child you thought it would be awesome about being an adult, but it isn't as awesome as you thought it would be? It's a very long question.
Yes. But yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I need a moment to think. I I think maybe that's a common one, but when I was a child, I thought that being famous would be like a great thing. Maybe when I was a child, I used to think maybe being a singer. So I mean, I am not a good singer, but I think that would be great. But when I grown up, I noticed that being famous is not, it's not something like easy, and people can get in your life. So, or people can talk about your life or criticize you, or and that could be. I wouldn't like to leave that. So.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. All right. Okay, guys, thank you. That is all the time we have for today, 10 minutes exactly. So I will continue with the other groups, all right? Well done. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. All right, girls, hello. Hello, hello. Okay. You
Hi,
ready?
teacher.
Hello. Mhm. You can start.
Yes. And the text, I start. Mark is an important businessman, and he is married with Alice. They have been married during 20 years and 20 years. Laura is the child of her partner, and Mark offered work to her in his company. Over time, Mark realizes that he was in love with Alice and Laura. Mark and Laura decide to start a relationship outside of marriage.
And Laura started feeling sick, and she took a pregnancy test and found out that she is pregnant. 2 days after, Alice checks her cell phone and finds a conversation with a picture of the pregnancy test. She hoped it was just a misunderstanding, but Mark admits being fake. Finally, when Alice found out about the infidelity, she wants to split up with Mark, but for her surprise, Mark denied getting divorced and didn't respect the Alice decision.
Finish? Yes?
Yes,
Yes?
teacher.
Okay, so when you finish, you have to say like, find out what is next on the next episode or whatever, okay? Because you are like narrating
It's
a
a
soap,
mystery.
a mystery. So you can say, give me just a moment, guys. A second. Okay, now I'm going to ask some questions. So let's start with Natalia. First, I will only ask 2 questions for each student. So you need to give complete answers, okay? Try to expand because we only have 2 questions, only time for 2 questions. So the first question for Natalia is, what food or type of food you have never eaten, but you would really like to try?
Okay, food that I have never eaten is the cuy.
Okay.
It's a typical
In
food.
English, we say, what's the name? Guinea pig. Guinea
Guinea
pig. Mhm.
is a typical food of pasto. And I would like to try because I think that is a way to, for
And
example,
why would you like to try it?
because I think that it's important to try many dishes. And when we have opinion, for example, in a conversation about dishes or new things that we can recommend, makes the conversations more interesting and dynamics.
Okay, yes, it's correct. Okay, Natalia. Now, a second question for you is, tell me in which place on the planet you would never like to live and why?
Okay. Maybe I would never like to live in USA. I think that
Where? Sorry, can you repeat?
in the United States.
Okay.
First, because for me the food is very important and the healthy food.
I cannot understand. Sorry, can you repeat? It's maybe
Yes.
your microphone or mine. I don't know.
As I mentioned, the United States, because for me the food is very important and I don't like the fast food. And I think that is very expensive to get healthy food there. And that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is that it's a big place for me. I prefer the quiet and small place.
Okay. Okay, Natalia, very good. Thank you. Now let's ask some questions to Jessica. Okay, Jessica, the question is, what movie can you watch repeatedly over and over again and not get tired of watching it? Okay, I'll write the question on the chat.
I really into the Dumbo movie.
Okay.
And this movie, it was my favorite when I was kid. And I always cried, but I don't understand why. And I would like say the Dumbo movie, but the live style. I don't remember. Live action.
Okay, live action movie of Dumbo. You would like to watch it? Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Okay, and another question for you is this one. What would you eat if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life? And why?
Why? The fruits?
Yes, so the first
Only
question is, what would you
food?
eat? Dish, maybe not like a vegetable, but a dish, un plato, a dish that you could only eat for the rest of your life. Imagine breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the time. What dish and why?
I don't can eat pizza, but I really like eat pizza forever my life. and
why do you like it?
Because I don't know, but it's delicious. It's very delicious. In one moment, I eat pizza, but
And no more.
Yes, but one moment. But the pizza gave me stomach ache. It is delicious.
Okay, I understand. All right. Okay, girls, thank you. So that is all for today. I will see you next week, okay? Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hola, teacher.
Hello, you are studying?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All right, guys. So whenever you are ready, you can start.
Teacher,
Turn
give me a
on.
moment.
Mhm.
Okay, I can start. At the beginning of the chapter, Mark is planning in his room how to kidnap Alice and Chris' children. In this way, he intends to collect enough money to pay off his debt to Richard, the corrupt businessman who gave him money for gambling and games some time ago. Mark reviews his ideas on a small piece of paper and set off, coming across a black van with stolen plates. He drives it to the outskirts of an eccentric club where the children, Daniel and Sally, are leaving their tennis classes as they usually do. It seems like everything is going according to Mark's plan, but suddenly a gunshot is heard coming from the north. This alerts the children's driver, who, sensing the danger, wasted no time in loading them into the car. Mark, with a stunning luck, can stand to see his plan failing. He tries to decide how he can follow the car with the children's. The weather is very cloudy, something that Mark has tried to avoid because he hates the rain. He can catch sight of the car with the children and holds onto the hope that they will have to stop, promising himself to catch them due to the bad weather, giving him a chance to intervene.
The chapter progresses with Mark on the road, wondering and imagining who could have caused the gunshot. He also recalled the moment before the incident. There was a car, only an old red car with an antique model. When he looked in the rear mirror, he found that the same car was chasing him. The vehicle, the vehicle gets closer and tries to stop Mark's car. Alarmed and thinking that someone know what he wanted to do, he get out of the car and realized that there is no one in the other vehicle. There is a small bag that seems to be the trash bin of one of the children, containing a lot of cash, a note that said, "We were faster and more ambitious than you. We left you a gift for the favor." Mark fits in panic because he doesn't know what the noise means and see police patrols arriving. Refusing to give explanation, everything points to him being blamed for the robbery that occurred a few blocks away from where he was. But what about the money that was in the other car? Who knew about the kidnapping? Would it be his friend, Alison, Rich, or the businessman? Everything will be revealed in the next episode. I'm finished.
All right, guys, very good. I like it that you have a conclusion. Like, I know when you are going to finish the presentation because you say, okay, find out what happens in the next episode. Very good, guys. Overall, good. And now I will ask you some questions individually, all right?
Okay,
I will only ask 2 questions for each student, so you will try to give complete answers, okay?
okay.
Okay, let us start with Vanessa. Today, I will write the questions on the chat to give you a little help. The first question is, what would you eat if you could only eat one food or one dish for the rest of your life? And why? You have the microphone off.
Okay, sorry, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I would eat only food, there good pasta because I like all the preparation. I think it's easy for the cook.
Okay. Okay. Now another question is what is a movie that you can watch over and over again without ever getting tired? And why?
The movie I can watch is Harry Potter and the Mystery Prince.
Yeah.
I think it is a wonderful movie. I think everyone should see it. I like the scene.
You like the what? Sorry?
Scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Scene.
Also, it made me happy.
Also, I think it's your microphone.
Okay.
I have so much noise here.
The movie is made me happy.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. Now, Jorge, the question for you is, what kind of people do you avoid meeting?
Well, teacher, I think the people I don't like to meet with them is person who give me respect. I prefer to spend my time with good people, person who I can be my own. I prefer stand with person with goals for her or his future.
I understand. Okay. Another question for you is, which place on the planet would you never live or never want to live, and why?
Well, the place, which place? The place of the planet I would never want to live is Antarctica because it's too cool and I don't like the cool. I prefer the weather with the sun and the beach. and I don't know, the weather that is very cool is difficult for me because I suffer from asthma and I prefer other types of weather.
Okay, I understand. All right, guys, thank you. Good job. That is all for tonight. So I will see you next week. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Bye bye, guys. Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you. Good
Mhm.
night.
Good night for you.
Hello, girls.
Hello, Miss. Good night. Well, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good night, Miguel.
For
Good
sleep.
night is
Yes.
to go to sleep.
Yes.
I need
When-
to go to sleep right now.
Yes, me
Oh,
too.
Miss, can you see my hand?
Yes. Oh, much better.
It's
Good.
almost, yes. I need to do therapy, but I
Physiotherapy,
can
yes.
close my arm.
Very good, but you feel better. Okay, you can have some therapy. All right?
Yes, a month of therapy. The doctor
Okay.
saying.
I understand. Okay, girls. So you are ready? I will put 10 minutes. You can start.
Okay, in action.
In the previous chapter, Samantha asked Richard for a divorce, saying she is believing Alice's lies about her affair with him.
Will Samantha continue to believe Alice's lies? What will happen when she finds out the whole truth?
We'll see in this new chapter.
Alice refused to tell the truth about who is the real father of her daughter Sally. Meanwhile, she aims to create an argument between Samantha and Richard about this to take advantage of the situation.
On the other hand, Laura, the daughter of Richard and Samantha, decides to take action and do a paternity test.
Oh, it's really dangerous. I think she's living risking by doing the test secretly.
Alice, in her attempt to separate Samantha and Richard, makes a mistake that gives her away.
She was talking to her accomplice when Laura overheard her about to how to keep the parents' inheritance. Samantha in her room prays, keeping the hope that everything is a great confusion.
Laura receives the result of the paternity test. As she done, the paternity test come back negative. She knows that her father would not cheat on her mother.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Finished?
No, miss.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Laura goes to tell her parents everything, but on the way, she meets Alice and Chris, her accomplice, who is Alice's real father.
As soon as Chris realizes that Laura knows the truth, he suggests to Alice that they look her up. Laura threatens to tell her parents the whole truth, but Alice isn't prepared to lose.
Misfortune occurs. In a struggle while trying to flee, Chris shoots Laura and sends her to the hospital.
At the hospital, Samantha and Richard hope that a miracle will happen and that their daughter will come out alive. Alice and Chris are planning to murder Laura in the hospital, so the truth will never be known.
Together, as parents, they will pray for their daughter to get better and promise that they will find the path to truth as a family.
Alice and Chris' plans don't go as planned. since a true miracle happens.
2 months after being in a coma, Laura wakes up and tells the whole truth. Alicia and Chris are sent to prison for attempted murder.
Alice and Chris are to prison for attempted murder. Finally, as a family, they decide to adopt Sally.
They go on a trip and enjoy a long vacation after a bad time.
This really was an exciting chapter with a great happy ending.
Okay, very good. But remember that in the soap opera, always there's always something at the end, like, and then the mysterious
To be
happens.
continued.
Find out what happens in the next chapter. Yes, in the next episode. All right, girls. Thank you. Very good. Now I will ask you some questions. Okay. I will start with Alejandra because last time I started with Catherine. Okay, so today is Alejandra's turn. So the first question for you is, I will write the questions on the chat just to give you some extra help. It is, which place on the planet would you never want to live and why?
I never want to live in Hong Kong, in China, because the city has many pollution and the air is contaminated. Also because the superpopulation in the city is bad. Also because for the government of the country and the economy and I don't like the food of that country.
Okay, nothing. You don't like anything about this culture of this country, of China specifically, or Hong Kong specifically?
Most Hong Kong because I think it's the most contaminated.
Okay, contaminated. All right.
Have most people.
Okay, yes. All right, thank you, Alejandra. Next question for you is, what food have you never eaten but would really like to eat, to try?
I have never eaten uh, a croissant.
Okay.
Because I don't usually go to place that buy bread or bread of other countries. But one day I would like to test croissant.
Okay, to try a croissant.
Try
Test is this. Okay, this is a test. A croissant you will try. Okay, this is the verb. Okay, thank you, Alejandra. Now, Catherine.
Yes, miss.
The question is, okay, let me send it on the chat. What is something that you have always wanted to do or intended to do, but never had the time or the money to do it?
something I always intended to do maybe is have a trip or maybe travel abroad, but never have enough money. I would like to visit Paris, Europe, or Asia, Malaysia, Philippines, almost everything. And intend to do maybe maybe play or learn to play any instrument, maybe piano or guitar, or I would like to play any instruments in the life.
All right, thank you, Catherine. And the last question for you is, what kind of people do you avoid meeting?
Maybe the most people that I avoid meeting is noisy people or criticize people, or maybe negative people is not permitted in my life and never in my life. And maybe sad people that sad every time and cry every time, or no, negative people.
I understand. I see. All right, girls, thank you. Good job. That is all for tonight. So I'll see you next week, okay? Bye-bye.
Miss, you will stay in the ceremony or not? No.
No, I cannot attend. Sorry. Okay.
In another opportunity.
Yes.
Bye, Miss.
Yes. Okay,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye, Maria.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Teacher,
Hi, guys. Hello.
good evening.
We're
We
going
also-
to finish on time. We have 10 minutes exactly.
Just 10 minutes, okay.
Okay.
Teacher, you only need 4 minutes.
No, I need to ask you some questions.
A lot of questions. Okay.
Okay, Manuela, you can turn on your camera, please.
Yes, but Ana dice, unable to access camera. Please allow on and access your camera from device. Tengo que configurarla. No sé cómo. No sé cómo, no sé cómo.
Okay, don't worry. We don't have the time, so just start, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher. Start with the story. Okay. The year is 2042. The world is a very different place than it was just a few decades ago. Climate change has ravaged the planet, and many major cities have been abandoned due to rising sea levels. In this new world, violence is commonplace, and people are constantly looking over their shoulders. In a small town in the Midwest, there are 3 people who are intending to survive in this new world. There is Mark, a former soldier who is planning to become a bounty hunter. There is Alice, a young woman who has just found out she's pregnant and she's trying to raise her son in this dangerous world. And there is Richard, an old Mark's friend, who he thought was dead.
One day, Alice heard through the walls Mark was phoning with another person, and he has decided to shoot her old friend Richard when he has taking a shower. It was ordered by the person he was talking to on the phone. Immediately, Alice was running to say it to Richard. When she arrived at the camp, she saw a body on the floor. There was Richard, who had just been shot by a mysterious stranger who had just arrived in town. This stranger ran away and disappeared into the Chedons. Alice left the camp very scared while she was walking. She saw the mysterious stranger and she took the risk to confront him. When she was close of this person, she never imagined seeing herself. This person says, "Don't be afraid, it was necessary. If Richard weren't dead, one exists a future." Why? Asked Alice. Says because he will kill our son, and our son is the future of the world.
Finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very
Finished.
interesting. I wanted to continue listening to your story. It was very, very interesting. It's not like soap opera. It was like more science fiction story. Yeah.
Mendy's idea.
Yes, it was very interesting. In the other stories, it was like fighting or jealousy or like cheating. But this story is about science fiction. I like it. All right. Now I will ask you some questions, guys. Okay. Now I will start with Mendy today. So the question I will send on the chat just to give you some extra help. The question is, which place on the planet would you never want to live and why?
Okay, teacher. I never wouldn't live in Siberia or in a very cold place as Russia because I love hot weather or sun weather like Cartagena or Caribbean coast, teacher.
Okay.
I don't like a very cold place.
Okay, I understand. All right. Another question for you is I will send. What is something that you always intended to do, but never found the time or the money to do it?
Okay, teacher. I something intend to play chess with my friends or with teammates, but we don't have the time to do it, and we don't have a chess here in the work, teacher, at work.
Okay. A chess board, tablero, a chess board.
Yes, chess board.
Okay.
But
Another.
sometimes online, teacher.
Okay, you can play online. All right. And the final question for Mendy, it's this one. Have you ever refused to help someone? When or why? Refuse es negarse, negarse a. Refuse to help someone?
And teacher, it depends because if I can help people, I do it. But if the people told me needs money, for me is not possible, teacher.
I understand. Okay, thank you, Mendy. Now, another question for, sorry, the first question for Manuela. Okay, so the question is, what kind of people do you avoid meeting usually?
Teacher, I am social worker. This question is difficult for me,
But
but
don't think about your work, but in your personal life. So outside of your work, what do you try to avoid?
okay, I will avoid meeting people who pretend be more important, I think, than others. For me, is very disgusting. I think that's it.
All right. Okay, another question for you. Okay, I think this question is appropriate for you. I didn't ask this question to anyone else, but because you are a social worker, maybe you have some idea. So what social stigma does society need to get over?
To get over is like around
Superar.
it.
Yeah, superar, like to move past
To move
this
past.
stigma.
Oh, a lot of them. Maybe oh, teacher. I don't know how to say it.
For example, towards immigrants, towards poor people or marginalized communities.
Maybe about the farmers. How to say campesinos?
Yes, you can say farmers.
Okay.
It's correct.
The society need to get over the stigma about the farmers because they are more intelligent than they think, and maybe more interesting than the society think.
Okay, I understand. All right, guys, thank you. That is all for today. You did a good job in the speaking part. So that is all. I will see you next week, okay? We will continue with our classes.
Okay, teacher.
All
¿Puedo
right?
preguntarte algo?
Yes, tell me.
Creo que la última no la respondí como se necesitaba responder, no supe cómo organizar las ideas que tenía.
And that is okay. I understand you get nervous. But yeah, so next time you try to expand the idea, even if you don't know, you can tell me, okay, teacher, give me a minute, I will think about it. Or you can do like this. Maybe another thing that can be done is, okay, so you start adding words like, so the ideas, while you organize your ideas, you can say, well, maybe another important thing to take into account would be to this and this and that, okay?
But I am thinking about using the gerunds and the infinitives. So
Okay, though in this particular case, I am not like so focused on gerunds or infinitives, but just fluency, okay?
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is my mistake.
Okay, so yeah, maybe in the test or written form, I will check for this, but in this time, what I check for is pronunciation, intonation, fluency, and coverage of the topic. Okay, of course, I check grammatical aspects like subject, verb, and the complement and this, but for me, it's more important that you expand your ideas and know that it's perfect, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good
Hey,
night.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
See
Mendy.
you.
Good night. See you.